This is the Pursuit of Wellness podcast, and I'm your host, Mari Llewellyn. Hi guys, welcome back to another solo episode. It's just me and you chilling today, and I am here to give you some tangible tips that you can apply to your life to become a better version of you. We're still in the early days of 2024, and I know we're all kind of thinking about ways we can improve ourselves, our lives, optimize our routines. So I want to come here and give you guys some advice, things that I've used in my life, on my fitness journey, in my career, things that have really helped me along the way. So I hope you're enjoying these solos, by the way. Let me know what you think. And as always, if you're listening, do not forget to hit follow, subscribe, leave a review. It really, really, really helps me, and it means the whole world. So today we're talking about how to create a habit. They say that if you change your habits, you change your life. And I really, really stand behind this. And this is a concept that I've been really focused on at the moment because I'm reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, because one habit I'm implementing this year is reading more, and it has already taught me so much. And also it's given me a lot of clarity about my weight loss journey in 2017 and why it actually worked. I think sometimes I'm even like, how did I accomplish such a big goal? And when I look back, it really was due to my habits. And I feel like a lot of us have really big goals for the new year, but the question is, how do we actually get there? It's all about habits. I really feel like our habits define who we are, and it can change who we are. But I know it's a lot easier said than done. It's like, okay, great. Healthy habits are fantastic, but how do you actually go about implementing them? I think a lot of people think, with my weight loss journey, that I had an epiphany and just decided to lose 90 pounds and become an entrepreneur. Even when I do podcast interviews, people kind of assume I had this like come to moment and just changed my whole life. But that really wasn't how it worked. I changed my habits slowly but surely, one day at a time. Baby steps is how I refer to it. And I still try to work on this in my daily life. I'm not, trying to lose weight anymore necessarily. I'm in a different place. But you can really implement this system to anything you're trying to do. For example, my 10 pages of reading every night. 10 pages is something that sounds manageable to me and something that I can do to slowly become a reader. I also like to habit stack. I'll do my red light therapy and reading at the same time while I'm laying on a PMF mat. So I'm doing 3 habits at once, and I make it easy for myself. You may also notice some bad habits that you want to break this year. For me, that's phone scrolling and over-consuming social media. Breaking bad habits works the same way. It's a daily practice to get closer to our ultimate goal. Perhaps the larger goal is living a life of peace or being more in the moment. But what does that actually look like? What does that person or that life look like? Do they scroll on their phone? Do they get stuck worrying about things they can't control? We need to practice daily. And I'm in the midst of this right now, so I thought, what a great topic to talk about. So let's hop in and talk about how we can actually implement these great habits and get 1% better every day. I think that's the key to focus on here. How can we get a little bit better every day? Because that's going to compound. For me, it compounded over time. Just by keeping my daily habits, I got to where I am now, which is crazy. Where I first started was so far from who I am now. But it wasn't like I was looking at the end goal. I wasn't really looking at the finish line yet. I was just looking at the next day. The next day, I was like, okay, I'm going to go for 1 extra walk a day. I'm going to drink X amount more water a day. And I think what's important to note is habits are really important because when motivation is not there, small habits and choices are transforming us every day. People think that lack of motivation is the reason that they're not doing something. Oh, if I only felt like working out. Oh, if I only felt like reading today. But actually, they just don't have a plan. The plan is what gets us there. I think the most important thing is to take the decision making out of it. For example, for me, where I'm at in my life now, working out and eating healthy is something that I do not think about. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's literally like it's on autopilot because there isn't another option. I've been doing it for so long. It has become a habit and a lifestyle. And that isn't to say that I always like greatly look forward to my workout. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. But the decision isn't there because I always do it. Now, sometimes I'll have flexibility. So let's say I decide I really want to weight lift 4 times a week. I can pick and choose the day and time I do so. For me, I actually find it easier to have an exact time I do it every day. So I work out pretty much right after I get out of bed and I just get it done. That's what works best for me. You're going to have to figure out what works best for you. What is a sustainable plan that you can actually keep up with? And even if it isn't the best workout ever, I say this all the time, show up and keep your own promise, and you are getting closer to developing the habit. You want to decide when, where, and how. Think about the habit, project, goal, and imagine failing. What happened? Think about what happened if you didn't succeed in your goal. Let's say I didn't succeed in reading more. Why? Did I not set up my environment correctly? Did I not set up a good plan? Did I not have a good time picked out? You want to come up with a plan B. If not, then when? So for example, if I didn't do my 10 pages of reading last night, which I actually did not because I was out to dinner with a friend, then I need to make sure I do it the next night. You need to have a sustainable plan. So I'm going to read 10 pages of a book 3 nights a week. What that allows me to do is give myself ample time to make that goal happen, make it realistic, and create a positive environment. Make it easy for yourself. If you have a fitness goal, lay out your gym clothes the night before. I still do this every night, and it's so helpful because I wake up at 5:45 in the morning. I don't want to think about what outfit I'm wearing to the gym. Lay it out the night before. Set your alarms. Make a plan with a friend. Make the workout enjoyable. Switch it up every day. Create a plan that's sustainable and create an environment that's positive. Plan your meals for the week. Lay your outfit out. Leave ample time in the morning. As I said before, optimize for the start line, not the finish line. When I was on my weight loss journey, I wasn't like, I want to lose 90 pounds. That was not my goal. I was just looking at the beginning, daily practice, put my shoes by the front door, get outside, do the walk, ultimately get to the gym. Honestly, one of the first habits I implemented was my breakfast. I was getting 2 muffins every day, 2. And I lowered it to 1. That was my first habit that I implemented. And look where I got. It really is about implementing those habits. And the more you do it, the more you trust yourself and the more confidence that you have. You also need rewards along the way. It really helps you stick with your goals. So for example, I had cheat meals. I don't like that word. They were like treat meals or fun meals every weekend on my weight loss journey. Greg and I would pick a really fun restaurant. We go to Mongolian hot pot, Korean barbecue, Italian. We try all these different restaurants, and I got to really enjoy the food I was eating and feel like I was rewarded for having a successful week. I really love food and I wanted to still enjoy it. Or we would cook at home and make something really, really fun. I think rewards are a really important part of achieving your goals and creating new habits. Another thing you can do is set up a calendar and check off every day you stick with the habit. And I think mentally it just helps us stay consistent. You don't want to break the streak. That's important. So I think checking off a to-do list or a calendar visually can be really, really helpful, and you don't want to break the chain. It almost makes it a game because you're measuring your progress of how long you can keep up with it. I think making the goal a game is almost like the best way to go about it because it's less daunting. Change happens habit by habit. You can really become someone new. Perhaps one of my New Year's resolutions is to be more present and in the moment, not touching my phone for the first 30 minutes of my day. That would be a great habit to implement and something I could actually keep up with day to day. The more evidence we have for a belief, the more likely we are to believe it. Become the type of person you want to be. The more I keep up with these habits I want to implement, the closer I am to believing the goal that I have and believing I am the person I want to be. For example, the goal is to become the habit. So I don't want to just work out every day. I'm not just someone who wants to lose weight and goes to the gym occasionally. I am an athlete. And I know that sounds a little crazy, but something that helped me on my journey and still helps me today, I'm not someone who wants to read. I am a reader. I am an athlete when I'm at the gym. So when I was at the gym working out every day, I envisioned that I was an athlete training for something. What makes me less of an athlete than someone else at the gym? You know what I mean? We want to become a runner. We're not just running. So really believing we are the person we're trying to be. I guess that's almost like affirmations or manifesting in a way, but that mindset really does help. And it helps you change your sense of self rather than someone being, oh, I'm out of shape, but I want to be in shape. It's like, no, I am an athlete. I'm training towards a goal. With all that said, guys, I really hope that helped. Let me know some of the habits you are implementing this year or habits you are trying to break. I really think habits and plans and systems are such a crucial part of achieving our goals. And I know how intimidating larger goals can be. So I think starting at the finish line is really, really important. I hope you're all having a great start to 2024. Love you so much. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wellness podcast. To support this show, please rate and review and share with your loved ones. If you want to be reminded of new episodes, click the subscribe button on your preferred podcast or video player. You can sign up for my newsletter to receive my favorites at marilewellyn.com. It will be linked in the show notes. This is a Wellness Out Loud production produced by Drake Peterson, Fiona Attucks, and Kelly Kyle. This show is edited by Mike Fry, and our video is recorded by Luis Vargas. You can also watch the full video of each episode on our YouTube channel at Mari Fitness. Love you, Power Girls and Power Boys. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team.